I think a lot of the debate out of this topic today is whether this is a story about slowdown in China and the trade war and a lot of these macro issues, or if this is an Apple story and if Apple is losing its edge in innovation. So whether it's in China, as you mentioned, Apple is, I believe, number 4 to the local players. So Huawei, Xiaomi, Oppo, all greater market share.
It wasn't always number 4, was it?
It wasn't. It used to be much higher.
Yeah.
And Apple is the 3rd biggest smartphone seller worldwide now, Huawei taking that 2nd place earlier this year. So this is not a new story entirely when it comes to those iPhone sales, which is why it's fair to point out that this shouldn't be a shock here. One of the reasons that the stock is down so much is because of these other supply chain issues that Tim Cook highlighted in this shareholder letter. He singled out 4 specific issues that were beyond just the iPhone sales that could be contributing to some of the weakness in the stock. The first was the strong dollar. And of course, that's something we've seen a lot of companies talk about. Tim Cook said he expects the strong dollar will reduce revenue growth by 200 basis points year on year when it comes to Apple's. He also talked about supply constraints, and that's on their newer products. We're talking about the AirPod, the Apple Watch series. Not quite as big a share of their revenue as the iPhones, but some supply constraints there on those other product lines. And he also talked about emerging market weakness, and that came in a lot lower than he expected earlier in his 4th quarter revenue estimates last year. So, of course, questions about why he's coming out with this now. Some of these were alluded to earlier, but Tim Cook seems to have made a bit of a miscalculation here.
Just on the technology, you made the point about innovation. Yeah. Just dwell on that for a moment for us. Which specific technologies do you think Apple is challenged on by the competition at the moment?
Absolutely. I think the smartphone is the number 1. I think when you look at these new models coming out, Apple has made very incremental changes in its smartphones, like its emojis, better cameras, better resolution. Some of what, for example, a Huawei is doing is a little bit different. They have taken AI to a different step. Huawei's chips are faster in many ways than what Apple's producing. And those are some significant hardware differences that Apple can't just ignore.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.